Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today because you give me the pleasure of welcoming you to the Advancement Center here in Santa Barbara. Welcome to the magic of life. Yes, so much more. It's just by saying the magic of life, it took me to the magic that I experienced, that I share with you whenever I come to meet you on Sunday. Yeah. The magic of life is the name of the book that was widely acclaimed and beloved that Robert had just published when I met him in Oz, Australia. But I say Oz because I feel as though I met the real Wizard of Oz. Yeah. When I met Robert, the magic of my life woke up and lit the way and showed us our beautiful home here in Santa Barbara, where the Advancement Center would become the beacon on the hill. Attracting those who have become the very fabric of this adventure and this center. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the beginnings. And of course, you are our beloved audience without whom there could be no broadcasts. Yeah. Now, Genya was the first to relocate to Santa Barbara after having met Robert in 2011 when we were on an extended stay in America and toured up and down the coast of California. Right. So here she was in Santa Barbara, 2012. We had just arrived here. So she got an apartment down the road. Okay. Now I just wrote notes to myself. Okay, just remembered. Now, David arrived in 2017 on the strong recommendation and love of Kathleen, who was our very first friend in America. Right. And last, but certainly not least, came Adrian, now Kathleen's husband. And he arrived from Scotland and broadcasts every Saturday. Now you have all the ingredients of what goes into every broadcast. I follow Adrian, and we all share our own magic through the medium of words. And of course, Robert from 2012 to 2018 was the sole broadcaster with his twin from another realm that he brought in, named Simeon. Yeah. Now we've all heard that the word is mightier than the sword, and we've all experienced everything from devastation to supreme joy and happiness through the medium of words. Now, words are our medium as we paint the masterpiece of each broadcast, each in our own style, a range of colors, and tones of our voice. That is the fabric, the physical fabric, I should say. Most of it is divine. Okay. The clear message of the center and our Creator has always been love one another as you have never loved before. I shall never forget the first time I heard those words. Robert was speaking to a room jam-packed with people sitting on the floor, the chairs, the stairs, and he said those words. And when I heard them, I felt my legs buckle out from under me, and I grabbed the railing. Those are probably the most powerful words that can be spoken in these times or ever. Did you know that your body hears everything your mind says? So be careful what you tell yourself. Do you ever find yourself saying things like, I'm so stressed and right now I could die? Probably from a teen. Never forget that your brain, where you process all those thoughts and feelings, along with the functions of your body, reside together. It may seem harmless, but aside from the fact that your thoughts produce your patterns and beliefs, they also instigate your body to respond. So, how can you use kinder words, more loving words towards yourself and your body? I'm sure no one talks about this, but it is so basic. And I have experienced it all. Yeah. What are the words you use to speak about yourself? about the 5 people closest to you, about your work, about the future, about the present and what you are doing right now, about your emotions, about your body, about your health, well-being, and energy. Yeah. About your power or lack of it, choices, and action plans. This is a brand new topic, and yet we can't live without words. And words can color your own life, and they can color another's life. You think they're thinking about all that when they're spouting 24 hours a day from your radio, from your cell phone, from your television? We are responding unless we're out of it or drunk. But every word calls for something if you're listening or not listening on purpose. It's a subject no one speaks of, and yet it's so prevalent that it's important to take a look at the words we speak, we think, we act on. It can change your life. Now, I just put a few things together. Yeah. What are the words you use to speak about yourself and others? And it says right here, and I thought it was valuable. Take a few minutes to ask and write for each, preferably without too much vetting and self-editing. There are no correct answers to these questions by anyone's standards. They are your words. The ones that you retrieve from your own mind, from the pages of many years of a life, which have been filled with countless words you've heard, some soothing, some angry, some frightening, some exciting, some encouraging and affirming, some shaming and painful. It's not the words themselves that are angry or joyful, of course. A word is a series of letters, inert, inanimate, but symbolic. So words are important. So love one another as you've never loved before, but speak to each other with that love is the message I feel and deliver today. Some words are massive bridges to our own survival and unfolding. Remember Helen Keller was deaf and blind. How did her teacher explain the word water? You know the story, but it is so worthwhile to repeat it. Because the teacher could not use sound or sight. What a challenge. Through touch. She poured water on one of Helen's hands while teaching the letters or tracing the letters WATER on the other. Helen not only learned the word water, but went on to author 13 books. That's magic. That's a miracle. And that's why the movie was called The Miracle Worker. But so are you all. You can create anything you want. Choose the words and make them loving and see what happens. It is so important. It's amazing. Words are the chalice, going like this, of our memories. Words carry the experiences, the happy, warm, loving childhood experiences of sitting with a grandma, having a cup of tea. So you know that every time you think of the cup of tea, your mind, your magical mind goes to that moment and you feel all warm inside. And there are words that summon up other experiences, not as pleasant. And we try to keep those at a minimum. But if we want to really get into it, we know what words can hurt us by remembering what need not be remembered. I know this sounds a little basic, but words permeate our life. That's how we are communicating. That's why last Friday, David read his piece, and the title is I think it's to the effect of you made it happen. You did it. You set it up. And each time we use our medium of words, the message is love one another as you have never loved before and see what happens. That's the magic. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to make sure? Yeah. Listen to the words you speak. To how you describe things. How you describe yourself. Others. To how you tell the stories of your life in the past, now, and in the foreseeable future. Listen carefully. They're loaded. And they have the power to bless or not. You know why? Your body is listening. Your life is listening. Words are powerful. And so are you. Much to my chagrin, my Thursday night art class, after I laid out all my pastels and the paper and moved everything in the room, was canceled. So, but then the thought of all of you came to mind. And I said, that's impossible. The highlight for me of my broadcast every Sunday is having the joy of sharing the latest painting. So because of you, I went through all of my paintings from the previous classes and to choose something that would be significant to show you now. So here it is. And it is dedicated. Well, first of all, I'll show it to you, and then you'll see where it is because it's so very meaningful to me because I've been there. Yes, this is Florence, Italy. And it has a great deal of significance to us now because Kevin, my grandson, will be marrying Becca this coming Saturday. And they'll be honeymooning in Florence. So here is Florence. But the meaningfulness to me is first of all, I've walked over that bridge. But then when I looked at it and realized it looks like the bridge, I could feel it. I can feel the water under it. Yes, and there are shops all along the walk as you walk from one end to the other. So here's Florence. I hope you still like it. Yeah. This has been fun. I hope it has been for you. But it's something so universal that we all use all the time. Words. They are important. And with words, I wish you perfect life with perfect health and a future filled with words of love, encouragement, caring, and every good thing you could possibly think of. Thank you for joining me today. I am Barbara.